Hey everybody, this is Geo Joe here today with a product demo tutorial of the new GV Cloud solution that encompasses the GeoVision Cloud Video and Access Control solution. If you find the videos on this channel useful, please consider subscribing to the video and also giving this video a thumbs up, as it does help to get exposure out there to these videos. So GeoVision just recently released our Cloud Video and Cloud Access Control solution, and I want to utilize this video to give a basic overview of some of the features of the cloud platform. So taking a look in any web browser, no matter where you're at in the world with internet access, you can log in with your ID, your username, and your password, and that will bring you into this first screen right here. And users will have the ability to click between their Cloud VMS, their access control, and their Emap feature. And I'll go into detail on these different features throughout this demo. So let's start with the Cloud VMS. If we click on this icon, we're brought to the home screen. In the home screen, over on the left, you will have all of your Cloud Bridge devices, or if you're utilizing a GeoVision VMS server as your host, you'll have your VMS server with all of the cameras from that VMS server. Over on the right side, you'll see the most recent events from all of your hosts that you can scroll through, and you can see your snapshots here. You can also individually click on a camera if you would like, and that will pull the most recent events specifically from that camera. When you found one that you're interested in, you can then just go ahead and click on it, and it will bring up a window here where you have 4 tabs along the top. Playback. This is if you're recording to a local device at the site, you can actually pull the playback footage from that device. Cloud playback. If you purchased cloud storage, you would have the ability to playback video from the cloud directly. Live view, of course, will allow you to see live video, and then the snapshot will show you what triggered the recording. So in here, it was a person walking across the parking lot. If we go back to the playback window, the local playback that is, you have some controls along the bottom. For example, if you'd like to full screen, you can do that and see your camera full screen. And when you're ready to go back, you just hit escape. Over on the right side, you can get some information about this clip, such as your date and your timestamp, what camera it was, what your host was, and what type of event it was. GeoVision's Cloud Video solution does allow you to use GeoVision AI embedded cameras to record analytic activity. And if this event would have been an analytics, such as an intrusion or a loitering event, it would say that right there instead of motion. Now, you have 2 very useful features right over here. Once you have found a clip that you're interested in, you have the ability to actually share and email that clip with someone else. So to do that, you click this little icon, and right here on the first screen, you can set how long you want the clip to be valid for. You can also put a note. Maybe I'll call this break-in. And then if you'd like, you can password protect the clip. Once you hit generate, you then have the ability to type in the person's email address that you would like to send it to, and then you hit send. Once you do that, it sends the video clip. And if I bring in my email here, you can see I've received the email, GV Cloud. All you have to do is hit this link right here, and it will bring you directly into that recorded clip. So nobody has to download a specific player or install any codec or anything like that. You just have the ability to share this link. It's very simple and straightforward. It even has your note right there. You can maybe put a description of what to look for, and the user can still full screen and look at their camera. Now, on the cloud solution here in the web page again, if you notice there's another icon here. This is the archive icon. So let's say, for example, this clip is of interest to you and you want to save it to where you can watch that clip later. You can hit the archive button, and again, you can give it a note. Let's call it, let's call it break-in. I'm going to call it break-in 5. And we're going to hit generate there. And that will save it in your archives. You can see now that icon is in orange. If we close this out, we can go over here to the left side of the screen and expand it. And we have an archives button as well as a share links button. So if we go into archives, it's going to show all of the events that we have archived in this account. If we click on it, again, it allows us to play it back. You can see here we'd be viewing from cloud playback in this case, or you can see the snapshot of what triggered that. And if we go back, it has our note right there, break-in 5. Once you're done with a clip, you can just simply click on it and send it to the trash right there. If you go into share links, you'll also see some of your events right here. And then you have the ability to click on them, and you could share it via email just like we did on the previous screen. So again, we would just type in the email address of who we want to send it to and hit send, and it will send that out. Alternatively, we can hit the generate button there, and it will copy the link, and then you can paste it into an email of your own if you would like. Now, some other things that you can do here within the cloud web page. If you go to live streaming, this is where if you would like to view a traditional grid of cameras, maybe like a 3x3 or a 4x4, you do have the ability to do that here within the cloud web page. Now, when you have your cameras displaying, and let's say you want to take a closer look at a camera, you can still full screen it. And by default, it puts it into the substream lower resolution to help preserve bandwidth. If you'd like, you can hit the HQ button down here in the bottom left, and it will then pop that camera into the full resolution. You have some other options here as well, such as snapshot. This one will bring you back into your overview, your matrix. And then again, as you can see here, there's different options for viewing your live video. If you want to view a single channel or 4 channels or up to 16 channels, you do have the option. Now, reviewing playback footage is pretty easy within the cloud solution. Over on the left, you have 2 options of how you can search and review playback footage. Option 1 is the Playback tab. This is the traditional timeline-based viewing. So if you expand one of your hosts and click on a camera, over here you're going to see a timeline appear, and it will show the most recent footage from that camera. You do have a calendar that you can click on, and you can select the day that you're interested in just by clicking on that day. Once you do that, it will then populate your timeline, and you can drag your cursor right here along the timeline and then hit play, and it will play back that footage for you. So if you'd like, you can scrub through your timeline. You also have a few controls down here on the bottom. If you have audio, you can unmute and hear the audio. You can take a screenshot, full screen as well. Option 2 for being able to play back video is you can go right here to the Query Events tab. This is very useful because if you're using GeoVision analytics cameras, it allows you to do a smart search based on those analytics. So the first thing you'll want to do is select the host or hosts that you want to search by. You can click here and you can choose your date and time range. So let's say, for example, I just want to search maybe the 28th through the 30th. If I wanted to, I could fine tune my time up here. I'm just going to hit OK and search those whole days. On your first menu, you click the drop down and you tell it what type of event you want to search. We're going to search video events in this case. And then you also have a sub menu here where you can choose certain types of events. For example, if you just wanted to search motion, or if you wanted to search intrusion events, or maybe loitering, there's different analytics in here that you can search if you're using a GeoVision camera that has built-in analytics. So for the demo purposes here, I'm going to just click the drop down and select intrusion and hit search. And now it will give us our intrusion events for all of the cameras or from the hosts that we selected. And then you'd be able to click on one of those and watch the playback footage just like we did in the previous screen. Or you can click cloud playback and then live video, and you can see those as well. Your link sharing is still available here, and your archiving is available as well. If we go up to the top left-hand corner where it shows the GeoVision icon, we can hit that, and we have a few more icons up here that we can access. Next, I would like to show the Emap feature. So if we bring up Emap, this is based on Google Maps. This is very useful for customers who have multiple facilities because you can place an icon on the map that shows where your facility is located. And then if you click on one of those facilities, it's going to give you an overview here that shows your different maps. And let's say, for example, we're interested in taking a look at this map. It gives you the ability to interact with the map and see where your cameras are located. And then if you just click on one of your camera icons, it will show you the live camera feed from that particular camera. If you'd like, you can still full screen the camera. And again, you can put it into HQ, high quality resolution if you would like. And you can do that for multiple cameras. Now, if you're utilizing the GeoVision Cloud Access Control solution, you can also lay out your doors here on the map. And this gives you the ability to right click on a door, and you have the ability to control the door's lock status right there. So for example, if you need to unlock the door to let someone in, you could do that, or maybe force unlock or force lock. That can all be done right here within the map. Again, this is very good for situational awareness. It helps you to understand where activity is going on throughout your facility because you can see the representation on the map with the camera icon. So next, if we go to the top left-hand corner and hit our GeoVision icon, we can go into the Access Control tab. And I'd like to just show some of the basic features within the Access Control solution. On the home page, it gives you a list of your most recent card swipe data. In this section right here, it shows all of your doors. And if you're a customer that has multiple facilities, you could have those facilities laid out here with individual names, and it would have your doors listed for that facility only. Now, you've got your door icon here where you can click to lock the door, or you have the ellipses button that you can click here, and it gives you the ability to unlock the door, do a force lock, or you can release your door operation. There is a lockdown feature down here on the bottom left. So it's a button you can just click, and it brings up, and it gives you the ability to do either a multi-site lockdown. If we wanted to do multi-site, we would leave those both sites, checked and then hit lockdown. Or if you wanted to just individually lock down one site, you just check that site and hit lockdown. You also have the ability to expand, and let's say, for example, maybe just door 1 we would want to lock down, and if there were other doors here, we didn't want to lock those down, we could uncheck them. So you do have a lot of control on what type of lockdown you're doing. You have a release lockdown tab here as well, where you could choose once the lockdown is over, you could then go in and release that lockdown. Over on the right, you can see your most recent card swipe data. And as I scroll through, it's going to show me the information such as your date and time stamp, who the user was, your host, and then what the message was. If you click on a particular event and you had a camera associated, it's going to show you the camera snapshot here. If you have the user's headshot enrolled with their profile, you'll see that picture right there, so you could then compare between the two. And of course, you have your text data of who the user is, your date and time stamp, and what door they entered. You do have tabs here where you can click to view playback footage, as well as a live camera feed from that door if you would like. If you did not purchase the video integration, you're going to see an icon like this. So you'll get your text data, but you get no snapshot. And whenever you click on it, again, it's just going to show you your text data, and this area will be blank. Over on the left, your user list, if you click this section, this is where you can go in and you can create a new user. So as you can see here on this system, we have several users already enrolled. But if we'd like to enroll a new user, we can hit Add User. We can type in their information right there. You can upload a headshot of that user. You have the ability to put a lot of information in here, their email address, their phone number, what division they're located in, their department. You can even designate a sector, which would be basically like a different location, job title, and any kind of memo that you would like. And once you get their information input, you can then hit Add Card. And this is where you can go in and you can assign them a new card or a PIN number that you could use on an access control PIN pad. Now, once you assign them a card, you would have already created what we call access rules. These are your schedules. And you could then click the drop down and you could choose which access rule you want to assign to this user's card. You hit save, and then that would save and enroll that user into the system like you see right here. Access rules. So if you click on access rules on the left, this is where you can create schedules for your doors. And as you can see, you can create it for different regions. So if we hit the add access rule, it gives you the ability to come in and choose what door you want that access rule to be valid for. And you can give it a name right up here at the top. We'll call it test rule. You can choose to create a card and PIN mode. And this would make it to where both a card and a pin can be utilized during this schedule. But now here on your days of the week, you can just simply drag to the time frame that you want. And once you do that, you can hit copy, and then you can even paste those to different days of the week that you would want to apply it to. You do also have the ability to create holidays and special days right here. And then you hit save, and it would save that access rule. Over on the left, you also have your access/event log. And this is where you could go in and do a search. So under the drop-down, you've got several options that you can choose from. So if there's a certain type of event that you're looking for, you could go in and say, okay, show me all the forced open activity, or show me all the invalid schedule activities. And once you select that, you can choose what doors you want to search, or you can search all doors. You can choose your date and time frame here. You can choose a username that you want to search, or an ID, or a card number even. And then once you do your search, you'll get all of your information down here. System log allows you to go in and you can do a search based on system activity. For example, if you'd like to search to see when did a controller lose connection, or when did a controller come back online, or firmware update failures, any kind of system information, you can go in and do a search in here. And there's, again, several options you can choose from. You can also choose what sites you want to search by and who the operator was that was performing that task. This has been a quick demo tutorial on the GeoVision GV Cloud solution for video and access control. For further information on our product line, please check us out at www.geovision.com.tw/us. Thanks a lot for watching.